The word for you today is about being in the storm with Jesus. This is part 2. Hit part 1 yesterday. Our scripture passage today comes out of the 4th chapter of Mark, but this time it's verse 39. Jesus got up, he rebuked the wind and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down and it was completely calm. You remember from yesterday, Jesus and the disciples are on the Sea of Galilee. They're going to the other side. Jesus goes to sleep. A storm comes up and the disciples are afraid. Many of them are professional fishermen. They've been through storms before. And the fact that they were afraid says something about the intensity of the storm. And so they go to Jesus and wake him up. And what does he do? He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waters, "Quiet, be still," and they obeyed him. Now, what can we learn from this story that helps us in our lives and when times when we're in the storm? Well, first of all, it tells us that Jesus is able. He's able to help us. He's able to calm any storm that we will encounter. The second thing, he doesn't always take away the wind and the waves. He's able, but sometimes he doesn't take those things away. See, Jesus desires that we grow in our faith. And if we have to see something to believe it, then that's really not faith, is it? Faith is not just believing that you'll be saved from your storm. It's believing that you'll be okay, even if you're not saved from the storm. Remember Stephen, who was stoned? How about James, brother of Jesus, who was beheaded? How about John the Baptist, who was beheaded? So Jesus is able, but sometimes he doesn't take away the wind and the waves. Why? We don't know. But we do know he's doing it for our best good. And the third thing, he promises to be with us through the storm. John chapter 16, verse 33 says, "I've told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have troubles, but take heart. I have overcome the world." Jesus promises to be with us through the storm. What storm are you going through? Maybe you're storm-free right now. Good. Well, hang on there, because sooner or later, guess what? You're going to be in a storm. Will you call on Jesus to be there with you? He'll be reaching out. Just take his hand. There's a song that says, "Sometimes he calms the storm." Here's the words, part of the song. It says, "Sometimes he calms the storm with a whispered peace, be still. He can settle any sea, but it doesn't mean he will. Sometimes he holds us close and lets the wind and waves go wild. Sometimes he calms the storm, and other times he calms his child." Let me ask you, does it take greater strength to calm a storm, or does it take greater strength to calm the one in the storm? Wow. Have a good day.